Yeah, we do have more trade to discuss because
A massive one.
not even a massive one. It's just
Well, yeah.
what the fuck. So Geno Smith, about 2 hours prior to 2.5 hours prior to recording, was traded to the Raiders for a third round pick, and Albert Breer, lovely, delightful Boston sports bias that he is, Albert Breer, reported the Raiders were trying to, no, excuse me, the Seahawks were trying to convince the Raiders to take a package of Geno Smith and DK Metcalf for recently signed Max Crosby.
Oh yeah, no, the Raiders aren't doing that. They just extended them.
It was prior to the extension.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, and the Raiders politely said, fuck off, and hung off the phone.
Meh.
Don't blame him. Don't blame
Yeah.
him. Because Crosby's an animal. He's a perfect Raider. He
Oh,
might
yeah.
be the most perfect Raider I've ever seen since Lyle Alzado.
He's the face of their franchise. We're talking DK's the face of the Seahawks. Crosby's the face of the Raiders.
This
He
is a good
identifies
idea.
what that team's about. For sure. He
Mhm.
identifies what that team is about.
Whiskey and podcasting, great idea.
There you go.
Phenomenal idea. So,
Okay, so I'm not down.
I don't blame you.
I'll just put it to you that way. I'm not down. Here's a guy that's a starter at the quarterback position, and you're telling me that all you could get for him was a third round pick? Is that what you're saying to me?
To be fair, however, Matt Ryan, years ago, former MVP Matt Ryan, got traded for a third round pick also by the Colts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, also, to be fair, Carson Wentz also got traded for a first round pick and then some by, Indianapolis.
Yeah,
So
that was a wild move.
throw
in
some Colts
retrospect.
trades in there.
Yeah.
And then what else happened? Jared Goff was 2 first round picks for Matthew Stafford. No, Matthew Stafford was 2 first round picks of the acquired by the Lions.
Yeah,
In return
because the
for
Rams
Stafford.
went all in. The Rams mortgaged their future for that Matthew Stafford.
Okay, well,
to be
it
fair, it
worked
worked out. So
It did
So-
work out for both teams. For both teams.
as we're recording, the Seahawks also have $62 million in cap space, which is 7th most in the NFL. So my prediction for all of you
Okay,
is they are going to retool the crap out of this team. This was not a Schneider move. This was a Mike McDonald move, and he took it. He looked at the tape of last season and said, "I know we can do better. I know we can do better." But at the same, Dustin has pointed out a few times the red zone interceptions were a problem. Geno Smith probably had, 10 red zone interceptions this past season?
It was
Out of
something
his
like that. It was
out of
high.
his 15 total.
It was high, yeah. I will say
it was
that.
it came at the most unfortunate times, no question.
So I don't blame them for making this move. Do I agree with it? Probably not. But at the same point, we have to go and talk to our delightful friends over in Philadelphia, the 76ers, and say, trust the process.
Oh, those are
It's a
infamous
stupid
words.
thing to say.
Yeah, those are infamous words.
No,
It's a stupid thing to say.
don't-
Hold on,
no.
Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin, hold on. Hear me
I'm
out.
getting ready to launch right now. So
Hear me out. Hear me out. No moonshine for you, sir.
okay.
No moonshine and no grilled cheeses for you, sir. That's
Oh man,
a great idea, actually. Moonshine
grilled
and
cheese.
grilled cheese.
That's attractive. Yeah.
Yeah, grilled cheese
So
is
no
better
grilled
than your...
cheeses for you right now, good sir.
Oh,
Let me
man.
hear me out.
Okay.
We witnessed this before. Remember when Pete Carroll got here? What did he make? 62 moves in a span of a month or something like that?
Something like that, I think, yeah.
So I think this is Mike McDonald go, and we have seen Coach McDonald has not been hesitant to make big decisions. Jerome Baker, Terrell Dodson, Ryan Grubb. He's made some really, many people would call reckless or too aggressive of moves, but they have panned out.
So far.
Jerome Baker and Terrell Dodson have turned into Tyrese Knight and Ernest Jones. Trey Brown turned into Josh Jobe, who, by the way, got extended.
I saw
Good
that.
for him.
I did. I saw that.
Rayshawn Jenkins turned into Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
We can all agree here that Kobe Bryant's an upgraded safety,
Yes.
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Just off of one game, that's worth it.
Pretty much. So, and then what else? What else is off the top of my head here?
Well,
Satala Lamea, right guard, panned out pretty well.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
So,
And they extended Nuosu, didn't they? Uchenna Nwosu?
no, they restructured his deal.
Or restructured. That's what
So
it
they
was.
created more cap space. So
Yeah.
if what we have seen is that for a majority of the time when Mike McDonald has made these rash decisions, they panned out. So also Ryan Grubb turned into Clint Kubiak. Another plus there.
Yeah, but the jury's out on that one because I think
Right.
had you given, there's a possibility that had you given Grubb at least another year to figure it out, that
Percolate.
might have paid off as well. So
Yeah,
we don't know with the OC. We don't know with the OC yet.
That's
That's
probably
the way
the-
it is
that's-
now. You get 1 year and then you're out the door.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's probably a bad example, but you know what I mean. So the rumor is that the Seahawks are interested in Sam Darnold. I don't know how true that is.
Man, oh man.
I
oh,
don't
man.
know how true that is. But
I don't know if
the-
it's true either, but I'm all in on that.
another option
Do it.
that I thought is a draft pick.
Well, that's
Good
what
old
I've heard.
Mississippi
as
boy.
well. Okay. Okay.
What?
I'm with you on that. Jackson?
Good old Mississippi boy Jackson Dart.
Is Dart, is that a great name for a quarterback?
That's
or
a
what?
great name.
I mean, the marketing writes itself.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't,
Wasn't he
need
with
a,
USC for a hot minute?
you don't even need a marketing department for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just what a darty party this is. Darty party indeed. Throw some European darts in there.
So are
You
we
just-
saying Jackson Dart's now the 18th pick in this draft?
No. No.
I saw
no,
that.
no,
'Cause
no, no.
I'm just asking. I'm with you. I'm with you. But I saw that when I was doing some research for this fine program
Mhm.
that I don't remember who it was that advocated that, but that was, they were saying Jackson Dart at number 18. I'm like, no.
I don't know because the quarterback class in this year's draft is not particularly great
Yeah.
outside of two guys. But even they have question marks.
They
Yeah.
do. They absolutely do.
Cam
Shadur
Ward's,
and Ward, right?
Ward's
Yeah.
probably the number one pick, depending on who you ask. Or it's Abdul Carter, or it's Travis Hunter. Either or.
Mhm.
You have four options for the first overall pick if you're Tennessee. But regardless, Tennessee completely aside, I don't think the Seahawks go quarterback at 18.
They've got 8 picks, so they can do some maneuvering here.
Now they have 8 picks. So soon they could have 12, depending on
Okay.
if,
Well, as
if
of
they trade Metcalf.
when I've sat down to look this up, they had 8 picks. They could have 24 by now, for all I know. But they
Shout
have.
out baseball.
Yeah. But they do have, so they have 8 picks. So yeah, they could package them together to do what they need to
Do
but,
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Trade for the 4th pick.
yeah.
I don't. I mean, I don't know enough about Jackson Dart because, much to Ryan's chagrin, I don't follow college football. He's trying to get me into it.
Oh, you
but-
need to get on board.
No,
Dustin?
man.
Kid can throw. Kid can
much
throw
here.
the ball really well. That's all I know about him is that he's
Okay, so
accurate and can throw the ball very well.
This is what I know. Okay, he had the highest passing grade and the second best passer rating in college football a year ago.
which
Okay.
says a lot.
Mhm.
So that I know, not much else, because I don't follow a whole lot of Mississippi football
Yeah.
over here in Texas. So,
Yeah.
but I did find that out at least.
Okay. Okay, that's something that gives me a little bit of hope because I don't know how you feel. I mean, the Sam Darnold thing, I'm not had he finished the year stronger, I would be a little more open to it, but I
If he had
just
finished the year stronger, there would be no chance he'd be leaving Minnesota.
well, that's true too. Yeah, that's true too because he played himself out of, and I think all the things about, and I'm at least relieved because Seahawks fans for some reason they wanted JJ McCarthy from the Vikings.
No.
Stop
And
that, please.
first of all, they wouldn't
No,
trade him anyway. But also
no.
you want a quarterback who hasn't played yet because he was already hurt. You know, like come on.
I
Man.
have another option.
Okay.
I have another option that
Speak it into reality.
might ruffle some feathers.
Oh no.
Okay, hold on. Let me get some drink here.
I'm gonna hide my camera.
Oh no. I don't know what's coming. Oh, I did think about this. I did think about this.
To be fair, return
Okay,
the
well,
camera.
if he's not
Yeah.
going to
I
go
wouldn't hate
to the
this.
Raiders, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate this
Yeah.
No,
because I
Because
wouldn't
now,
hate this because Clint Kubiak is a run first guy.
yeah. Well, and also here's the thing. Now I could kind of talk myself into this real easy because we all thought that Russ was probably going to go to the Raiders. He and Carroll reportedly still close, and there were rumors when the Steelers said, "Hey, we're going to move on from Russ." He was immediately linked to the Raiders, and it just made sense because you could use him as a bridge quarterback to then draft your successor and start building the
right.
Raiders.
For the Raiders, I thought that made more sense than
Yeah.
than this Geno Smith thing.
But now that Geno is on the Raiders,
Yeah,
that obviously takes Russell off the table.
Yeah,
They're
he
not
can-
going to reunite
no,
the
he
two
can't
of
have
them.
that. No,
Yeah, they're not going to reunite the two of them. So, what do you guys say about the Seahawks using Russell Wilson as a bridge quarterback to buy a year and draft somebody next year?
Jack just texted me. I just texted him, hey, imagine Russell Wilson returns to Seattle. His response is, and I quote, hold on, stupid phone.
Oh no.
Oh, that would just be sheer chaos and hilarity. Not even in the same sense of lol, you guys suck for everything that has happened as of late.
No, but I
would
could
laugh and cry.
I could see a world where it happens. It's not. Yeah, I wasn't brave enough to speak it into existence. And by the way, I love the headline, and you did hide. But you at least
don't
pointed
hide.
out-
Bring that into the sunlight, right?
Yeah. But Kevin,
rise from the sewers.
I would argue you might be the biggest Russ fan here because you share the last name.
Yeah, you're probably because I got 3 jerseys of his in my closet as we speak.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
That's because the last name was Wilson. More
to
than
be
anything
fair,
Yes.
if Bobby
Yes.
can come back, if
Yeah.
Bobby
else.
Wagner
Let's
could come
face
back,
it. If Bobby was still on the team, we'd be a lot better off.
yeah, I mean, he
probably.
played well. He played well for the
He did.
Commanders.
He did.
He's an ageless wonder. I would not mind Bobby Wagner coming back, but with the way Russ left this team, but he was at Pete Carroll's retirement, quote unquote, retirement party or whatever you want to call it, where a bunch of former Seahawks got there and they all had that dinner and it was a nice night reliving 2014. But I don't think this is insane. I could see a reality where it actually works out and you give Russ a chance to repair his image in Seattle. You see if he
Right.
still has anything left. And if he doesn't, what's the loss? I mean,
Yeah, he's not going to get paid $70 million or
yeah.
any of that. So
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is that.
I would
don't
look
think
at Darnold first, but yeah, I would.
I think they're going to look at all options. I think they
But
want to
who-
look. I think they want to at least kick the tires on Sam Darnold because Sam's not going to get $50 million a year.
No,
He's not.
he was not going to get that even if he stayed in Minnesota.
He's not.
no way.
The only reason I say Sam Darnold is because he's young. he could throw the piss out of the
And,
football.
and despite the last 2 games, he wasn't awful.
No, he was not.
No. No.
They were just talking about him as being a potential league MVP. So
Yeah.
And how old is he? 25?
I think because
He's
much
got to
like
be he's got to be in his 20s.
much like Amari Cooper, he was drafted. I think he was 19 when USC drafted him, or he might have even been, he was drafted out of UFC.
He
might have-
is 27.
Yeah. Okay.
okay, you beat me to the research because I was going to tell you.
Hey, I beat the writer.
Yeah, that was quick. That was quick. But I don't know. There's something about Sam Darnold. We have more evidence of, but again, we saw it with Geno. Geno's been consistent for about 3 years now. After all that time of not having great results. And to be honest, who could have played well in Carolina when Sam Darnold was tasked with Carolina? Nobody
Trades for
could have.
Baker Mayfield.
Nobody's playing there
Yeah.
to this day.
Yeah, nobody could have played well because then Baker Mayfield, one of my worst takes in the history of No Credentials Required is I thought that Baker Mayfield was going to come into Carolina and take him to the playoffs with FU energy. It turns out I was a year late and he did it with another team, or a year early and he did it with another team. But so Sam Darnold,
Ryan is currently in the chat going,
What the hell is that?
yeah. Yeah, when I remember his reaction, it was one of my first episodes with him on the show. One of my first episodes of No Credentials Required. I said that, and Ryan was just like, he goes, spicy. I don't think he knew what to say. I don't think he knew.
oh boy.
But yeah,
boy.
I guess you guys are talking me into Sam Darnold a little bit, but I do.
To me that if you're going to trade Geno Smith, you better have an idea already of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be.
I will agree
because they've
with
got
you
no quarterback now.
1,000%.
0.
Yeah.
So it better not be darts. Okay. That better not be the idea.
Yeah.
A lot of Seahawk fans are saying Sam Darnold is not better than Geno Smith, and I don't blame them.
Yeah. No,
none of us 3 are claiming that.
Yeah.
None of us are.
No, I think all of us were pretty. We were Geno supporters. We were and are because
we were and still are.
That's the thing. I had a coworker of mine. Her father was a Saints fan, and he came in to work for to drop something off for her or something. He comes up to me. He doesn't know me. This is the first time he meets me. He goes, "What do you think of Geno Smith?" I said, "I like Geno." I said, "Because who else are you going to go get? What are better options than Geno?" And I still sit here and say that. If not Geno, which now it's not Geno, they've made the decision. So I agree with you, Kevin. They must have a plan because if they don't,
all of them need to be shown the door. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll definitely see how this goes.
Yeah.
Corbin Smith is saying, I don't think Sam Darnold is an upgrade over Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And you'll likely have to pay more to sign him as unrestricted free agent. But we will see. A lot of Seahawks fans are advocating for Russ.
Yeah. I mean,
good God.
Yeah, Russ is not Russ of years ago.
No.
But
No. Especially the way that he finished his season.
Yeah.
Correct.
Bear with me here, but there's rumors, okay? Now, this is all whether Jacksonville does what some people are saying they're going to do.
Please, no.
No, but no, I'm linking it.
You know what? I'm hearing about Trevor.
I'm not linking it the way you think I'm linking it. So the rumor is that Trevor Lawrence, the Steelers, want to go after Trevor Lawrence.
Why?
If the Steelers go after Trevor Lawrence, who does that leave?
Justin Fields.
I would not be mad if they brought in Justin Fields. I would not.
I wouldn't be mad either.
Yeah.
So we got a couple more things to talk about. But do you think, I mean, to quote Dustin's little headline underneath his name, Do you think that these trades lead to a rebuild or a retool? Kevin, I start with you.
Well, I was all, a retool until this last news came around. And so depending on what they do with the quarter, it could go either way on this to me. But rebuild is where I'm leaning at now.
I don't think
And-
they rebuild after a 10-win season.
Well, they shouldn't have to.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't have to.
There's no
But
way.
that's the way the boat is pointing to me, kind of right now. You get rid of your starting quarterback. You're talking about trading your starting wide receiver. Okay, and you dropped and released an icon, and so if that's not starting a rebuild, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dustin?
I not to double team, but I kind of agree with Kevin here, and that's why I put it under my headline, because rebuild, this smells like a rebuild. But the thing is, what makes me angry, if that's the direction they're going, and I guess I could argue that they can't be going that direction, the defense is clearly improving. The defense, McDonald is putting his stamp on the defense. He's made some additions, as you correctly pointed out, Mr. Smooth, in earlier segments on the show. But if you do that on the defense, and the defense is clearly progressing, this feels like a total reset of the offense. And if you rebuild it, how long does it take? And will those two things line up together? So this is why it feels like a rebuild, but it makes no sense to me as why they would do it. And DK saying he wants to go to a contender. They were contending. They won 10 games.
Yeah. They were one game away from the division.
Yes.
That's right. It's not like it was years ago when they went 7-9 and made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
No. And they almost...
Or it's not like the later years of Pete Carroll where they were the 32nd ranked defense in the entire freaking league.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, they were, the defense was being rebuilt, and it needed to be. And you're actually almost at the end of that road. And so now you're going to sit there and tell me that you're going to go and rebuild the offense?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. If you're going to do that, then they needed to do that last year.
Yeah. That's why I'd say, like, last year was the year to retool, and they started with the defense as we knew they would. Mike McDonald, he wanted to put his stamp on that defense, and it was basically quoted as something to the effect of, can we out offense Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan? And the answer is no. Let's go a different direction. And that's what they did with the Mike McDonald hire, which I do like, but this just makes no sense. It feels like a rebuild, and I don't understand.
It's like I said, it depends on what they do at the quarterback position.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're laying it out. I mean, if Fields comes to town, then I would be like, okay, he's at least younger than Geno, and I think he does have some talent, but he also has things to work on. But if they bring in other, Trevor Lawrence, to your point, to your reaction, Mr. Smooth, now he is supposed to have all the talent in the world, but save from 1 year with Doug Peterson, he's done nothing. He's done nothing, and he
gets hurt.
Yeah, he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's regressed.
I like him when he went to Clemson. So that's, step one of that whole break.
Yeah.
That man has glorious hair, though.
He does. He does. It's
that does not help you when you're throwing the football, however.
Yeah, no. But
do you remember those days when people were comparing Trevor Lawrence to Peyton Manning?
Oh yeah. I
What was that after Clemson in Alabama the third time around?
Yeah, when
right, Kevin?
That's right. When they lit up Alabama, that was a glorious day, by the way.
That was such a great defensive performance by Clemson.
Yeah, they intercepted, Alabama in the first, drive of the game, and it was 7-0, and here we go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. After that interception, I said, "Oh, Clemson's got this."
Mm-hmm.
they got this in the bag, and
But
then
that
it
was the
just
year that we
beat
actually
down.
went and saw them because they were in the Cotton Bowl against Notre Dame, and they blew the ever living doors off of them. So I was quite pleased with that. Just to throw that in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but so Mr. Smooth, you're drinking your whiskey over there, which you have since
It's
finished.
done now. So
You have
yay.
since finished. But the thing is, you say they can't rebuild with a 10-win team, but what does a potential DK Metcalf trade and trading your starting quarterback and trade what else does that feel like to you though? Like if they retool, if they truly want to do a soft reset and hit the ground running, we've spent most of this show discussing.
Give me till July. I say
All right.
give it to
All right.
July
All right.
and see what happens.
Okay. All right.
Wait till the schedule comes out. Wait till
Yep.
July and see what happens.
Okay. All
That's
right.
it.
So we'll get a little glimmer, you'd think, next month when the draft comes around.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what they do in the draft because they do have 8 picks.
Right.
They might have more coming.
Well,
don't
they're going to
know.
have more since they traded Smith, right?
Was before you looked? Was it they had 8 before they traded Geno?
Yes, it was 8 this morning.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
they have 9 now. So
Yeah,
they have 9 picks.
So at least 9. Okay,
Yeah.
so they have 9 picks. And
So
like I
there's
said,
gonna be-
if Dart is pick number 1, then the whole season is a rebuild.
So I'm very curious to see what they do.
Yeah.
So as we have learned, John has done these risky moves before, and most of the time they've panned out.